You already know who it is. It's your girl, Mazin, and right now you tuning into This Is 5215 all the way to New York. You already know what it is.
You know what it is, man. DJ Thorough, a.k.a. Thorough Zano, Bridge to the Streets. Right now you're watching the hottest in the streets right here on thisis50.com. But you already know that. Got a special guest in the building. Yeah. Introduce yourself.
You already know who it is. It's your girl, Mazin, live from the 215. I'm in New York, though.
215.
This is 50 with it.
Exactly. Immediately, when I think of 215, I think about spitters.
Yeah,
like Philly
for
is the home of the spitters.
Yes.
Name your top 5 spitters from Philly.
From Philly?
From Philly.
Beanie Siegel.
Can't go wrong with that.
Petey Crack.
Petey. Get him more heady.
Said she blow la la. Meek, of course.
Meek. Cassidy.
$3. I would say Cass probably in my top 10. I wouldn't say my top 5.
Okay, you put Cass over Petey?
Do I put Petey over Cass?
Yeah.
Petey had the flow. Like I love bars, but I like flows too. Like I always admire Petey's flow.
Right.
So that's 4, and I'm gonna have to say Eve.
Eve? Okay. Nice. All right. So you out here in New York right now.
Yeah.
What are we promoting? What's going on?
A little bit of everything.
Okay.
I got a project on the way. Dropping the end of spring, top of summer. Around that time, we don't have a for sure date yet, but
does it have a name?
I got some visuals. I don't got a name
yet.
You
got a name yet? Okay.
But I got like 3 names that I'm tossing in between. As soon as we lock the track list in, then I know for sure.
Right.
I got some visuals on the way. I just dropped 2 new records. One is called Walkthrough. I dropped the video on that also, and then I just dropped another single called Nobody.
Nobody.
And the video is coming out in the next couple of weeks,
right.
So be on the lookout for that. And I'm just ready to bomb away. Like I got the clip is loaded. I'm ready.
All right, I see. Now you're the first lady on Dream Chasers, correct?
I was.
Oh, you was the first lady.
Yes.
Let's talk about the history of that. How did that come about, and where are we at to this point now with that?
Okay, so I knew Meek before I started doing music.
Naturally, being from Philly.
Yeah, so we grew up in some of the same neighborhoods, and once I started rapping, I kept bumping into him, and I seen him. He like, yo, I love your hustle.
Okay.
You got bars, and we wound up waking up at our powerhouse in Philly.
Right.
And he brought me out. He told me like, yo, I want to make you first lady of Dream Chasers, and we made it happen. I was signed to Meek for like 1.5 years, 2 years.
Right. Okay.
Got a lot done. I went on my first tour with Meek.
Okay.
I met a lot of people through Meek. I got to get the full experience starting off, like with Dream Chasers. And I actually signed to him within like the first 6 months of me even rapping at all.
Nice.
So it took off like pretty quickly. And then we went through like a whole lot with the label. We lost one of our label mates, Lil Snupe.
Yeah, Lil Snupe, rest in peace, Lil Snupe. Right.
Yeah. And just some internal stuff. So it was kind of like my decision, and he respected it. I wanted to go back independent, but that's still my family to this day. That's my big brother. I'm DC for life with it.
Right.
Then I went independent for a while. I did the TV show with Oxygen, the reality show, Sisterhood of Hip Hop.
Okay.
I did the season 3 of that, and then I linked up with Ruff Ryders.
Right. Now, going back to Lil Snupe, rest in peace, Lil Snupe.
Yeah.
How was it like working with Lil Snupe?
Because
I see you have a joint.
Yeah, the energy was crazy. Like he just was full of life, and I never physically witnessed nobody be able to freestyle like to his ability.
Right.
And I started off freestyling, so it was like, but to be around that and to hear that different sound, like Philly we got our own sound, New York got their own sound,
right.
But he was coming from Louisiana with it, so he had this crazy accent. His vibe was dope, and his energy was just good energy. He was like way ahead of his time. He was the youngest out of all of us, but he'd like light up the whole room. He kind of had like an old soul with him at the same time.
Right. Now, moving forward, I see you've been moving around with D and Y from Ruff Ryders. What's the relationship with those guys, if there's any?
So I don't know D too heavily. Like we met, but while I do most of my work like with Y when it comes to Ruff Ryders.
Okay.
They dope. Like I grew up looking up to Ruff Ryders. That was like, my thing. I was Eve, my brother was DMX, so it was dope to even, like be affiliated and to meet them and put some work in with them.
Right. So are you signed to Ruff Ryders, or you manage? Like, what's the business relationship there?
It's a joint venture.
It's a joint venture. Okay,
so
that's what I'm getting at. What's going on here?
Just a joint venture. We're doing some work together.
Okay.
Putting out a project.
Okay.
And I got C1E, what I got on right here. That's me and my team.
Okay.
A little bit of everything.
What are you looking to do? Like musically, being a female, what are some of the adversities you may, deal with being a woman? Like, is there any disadvantage or advantages being a woman in this industry?
I mean, of course, being a woman, period, we always at a disadvantage, but that just makes me go harder. Because I like when people say like, oh, you can spit to be a girl. Like,
to be a girl.
I like that, because then it's like you could put me in the ring with guys, and I'm gonna shoot their head off the same way. So
she definitely true. That's a Philly slang.
So yeah, but I think right now, like the female game is like at an all-time high. We never seen this many females on and, you know, supporting each other, working with each other at one time. It was always usually one or two, maybe a third that was floating around at once, but you got a lot of the females is doing their thing right now.
So I see you rolling with a couple legends. I see my man D-Dot in here. You know, I know D-Dot don't roll with no losers. So I know that for a fact. I know the history. You know?
that been one of my mentors, and now he's on my management team. But since I started, like D-Dot, I met D-Dot in the studio, my first studio that I was recording in. He had a room in there. And we just vibed out ever since. He always been like a mentor to me. He always looked out, gave me advice. I could call him in 3 o'clock in the morning, ask him anything, he gonna answer. And now, you know, we've been rocking with the management thing for like a year now.
All right. So being from Philly, growing up, before you even got into hip hop, what was it that made you want to do this? Like, what was it, a record? Like, how did you even get into this?
No, so it's crazy every time I tell this story. So I never would have thought I would have been doing music or rapping at all. I was like the cool, calm, like kind of shy. Like I ain't never liked the spotlight, but I was always kind of in it. But I was always freestyling, like playing around with my friends.
She's saying my favorite word. Go ahead.
And my girlfriends always, I was like 14, still catching the bus and the trolley. Like we was going to different neighborhoods to go see, you know, like little boys and stuff like that. And they used to always be like, yo, freestyle on the bus. And I used to just do it for fun. They used to be like, yo, you should rap. And I'm like, nah, that ain't for me. So I went to college I was studying psychology.
What school you went to?
Dell State.
Dell State, okay.
Yeah, HBCU, Hornets.
Okay.
But I hated it.
Don't say that.
I hated my major, let me say that. The experience was like, that was one of the best years of my life, besides going on tour and stuff. But I don't know, it just wasn't for me, the whole psychology thing. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna just drop out for a little minute. I'm gonna figure out what school I wanna go to, change my major and all that. And it was kind of during that break. I was actually out, underage, partying. I had no business doing what I was doing, but it was like a crowd of people outside, and my cousin was like, yo, rap, just rap. And I was on, and I just started rapping, and somebody recorded it and put it on the internet. And I got like a call. I was popped. I was dead broke. I just dropped out of school. I had no money. And this guy called me. He like, yo, I got $500 for you to come to the studio and hop on this record. So I'm like, oh, I never been to the studio. We're going to get this $500. So we go to the studio and we did Up All Night, Drake and Nicki beat. And he gave me the $500 and it was like a breeze. Like I went in the booth and I just spit, like I vibed out, like the vibe was just there, and I'm like, dang, I like this. And then maybe like 2 weeks later, I got another call, like, yo, I heard you do features for $500. I'm like, oh, that's a thing? Like, all right. They're like, what's your rap name? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, Leah, it was Leah Amazing at first.
So you just came up with it, like, that's my name.
I had the nickname like Miss Amazing when I was in college. We had this little clique thing going on. And yeah, then from there, I had met DJ Diamond Cuts.
Diamond Cuts, shout out to Diamond Cuts.
She's
and
like,
Cosmic Kev.
Yeah.
Shout out them too.
Yeah, shout out to the whole Power 99. But she's like, yo, you hot. Like, send me a record. And I'm a spin it. And I started getting spins from her. Then I started meeting everybody else at Power 99. They started spinning me. I was opening up for like all the big artists that was coming to the city. And then I bumped into Meek. And then this all happened in like a 6-month period. From the start of me rapping to, you know, like 6 months later, I'm a signed artist. So it took off like pretty quick, but you know, it was worth it. And that's kind of when I found my passion when I first went in the studio with the guy. Like, all right, I could do this.
Now, sometimes, like you said, with females, they're held, unfortunately, they're held to a different standard of, like you said, you're nice for a female, you may get those type of comments. Do you write your own lyrics?
Yeah.
You write your own stuff?
100%.
No, some people don't. That's why I'm asking.
I write all my bars. I always tell people, like, if I'm in the studio and we vibing, if we all in this session right now and then somebody put a beat on and you be like, yo, you should talk about t-shirts, then I might take your idea and, you know what I mean? Or even if you throw a word out there like, yo, say this word, then I might incorporate that in what I'm doing. But as far as like my pen, like I write all my stuff.
All right, so with that being said, listen, on this show, right, I have this segment. It's called On the Spot. You know what that means?
Yeah, of course. I already knew.
That means, she knows what's up. That means you're on the spot. We need to hear some bars.
I started with $1 and a penny. These niggas around me, they usually smoke it like a chimney. But I don't smoke, nah, I ain't really got it in me. Don't really want no beef, so you should try to keep it friendly. Cause riding is waverly, you swimming with the barracudas. They never love us cause we black, so they rather just shoot us. Include us with the intruders, dumbest done and dilute us. Cause ignorance is bliss, and they claim we the rudest. So I've been skissing thinking how to make another $1. My nigga tripping thinking he gonna make it up with flowers. They fucked up when they told us that the world was ours. I bombed shit, and I ain't even talking about the towers. That just sound like...
She bomb shit. He's talking about the towers. Okay, that's what it is. If anybody want to get in contact with you, follow you, hit you up for a feature.
Oh yeah, everything is at Lee Mazin. All the social media platforms is at Lee Mazin. LeeMazin, no G. LeeMazin.com. All the musical platforms, just type in Lee Mazin, something gonna pop up. YouTube, all of the above. And my booking email is iwantleemazin@gmail.com.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, that's where the money comes through.
I see that. I definitely see that. So if anybody, like, I know getting in contact with you, you just gave that out. So if you have any dream collaborations you could do, if you had one dream collaboration, what would that be?
One?
Yeah, one. Who would be your dream collaboration? If you could work with anybody, who would that be? That you haven't without, obviously.
I like different stuff. I like when like rap and hip hop collide like a whole nother genre of music. So I would say Sam Smith.
Okay. Wow. She's dope. Okay.
3 for a loop, right?
Yeah, 3 for a definitely loop.
I like unorthodox stuff, like stuff you don't think about. I think that
I wasn't
dope.
thinking
I never
about that
saw
at
him link up with any hip hop artist.
Right.
Like that.
You
And I
make
love
that
his
happen.
voice. I think that'd be dope.
Make that happen.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's gonna happen.
10 years from now, where do you see yourself?
I'm a businesswoman. I want to have multiple businesses. I want to have my mom retired for sure with a hefty bank account. And I want to help the youth. I want to give back to my community. I already do, but I want to do it on a larger scale.
Right. Okay.
I want to have a couple plaques and some Grammys under my belt.
Right.
I just want to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. That's it.
Okay. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
Lee Mazin. Anything else you want?
Hold up.
Oh, I was about to
Lee
get into
Mazin.
Oh, Lee Mazin. Why did I say Lee?
Hey, I probably threw you off because I said
threw me
that
off
was
with
my
that.
first
Okay.
name. Lee Mazin.
Lee Mazin.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. Excuse why. Lee Mazin, DJ Thorough.
Yeah.
This is 50.com. Before we get out of here, is there anything else you want to share or talk about that we haven't?
Just tune in. I got a whole lot of stuff coming out. We got the clothing line dropping. What's
the name of the clothes? Let's talk about it.
C1E. So
Okay.
Chosen One Entertainment.
Where's my hoodie?
You want a hoodie or a vest? You want a hoodie?
Well, nobody's after me, so I just took the hoodie. Yeah, I don't want to bring any unwanted attention to me.
I got some hats in the car too.
Yeah,
I see you like the hats. I'm bringing your hat upstairs.
Yeah, I want to have something.
I'm lying. It's at the hotel.
Okay,
When you bring this
is.
car, I'm gonna bring one back for you. But yeah, just tune in. We got a whole lot of stuff going on. C1A, it's a movement, Mazin Gang. You already know what it is.
All right, man. Lee Mazin,
There we go.
DJ Thorough, hottest in the street. This is 50.com. And like always, when you see us, one knee us. Let me pay respects. Yeah.